Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Shut Up and Read. So I meant to actually start this reading vlog earlier today, but I got really busy and I just remembered that I haven't even started this reading vlog yet, so I'm like, oh shit. So let me start it really quickly. So I am doing the Biennial Bibliothon. It's running from today, which is the 12th, to the 18th, like this coming Friday. So it's a 1 week readathon and I'm really excited for it. I only have 4 books on it. If you want to check out my TBR, I'll link that video above in case you want to check out the books that I'm hoping to pick up during this week. But right now I decided to pick up this gigantic book. So my game plan originally was to read the shortest book so I can just get over it quickly, but then today I was commuting and stuff and I didn't really want to bring such a short book in case I finished it and I'm like, what am I supposed to do for the rest of my commutes? But then I realized after picking up this book that this is a book that I really need to sit down and just really read. I can't really stop and read like I normally do when I do commutes, so I ended up not reading this book that much either. So this day basically is a fail so far. I'm only on page 11, so I literally just read the prologue of this book, but I'm hoping to finish a little bit more later today, possibly tomorrow. But that's my update in terms of right now. It's clearly not off to a great start, and I will update you guys tomorrow probably, because clearly not doing so well with this book. But also I got my graphic novel, The Redwall, and I got the other book, but I have not gotten the group book yet. It has not arrived in the mail, so I'm a little like hoping. I wonder when that's gonna arrive, because who knows. If it comes by Wednesday, I think I can be able to finish it by Friday. But if it comes like Thursday or Friday, there's like no way I can really finish it unless I like pull it all-nighter or something, and just, or unless it's like a really good read and I'm like just intense on it, then possibly. Because I technically, if I just focus on a book, I can technically finish a book in like 4 or 5 hours if I actually want to finish it. But that usually doesn't happen and I usually don't push myself for that, so we'll see. As of right now, I only have 3 of the books, and hopefully this readathon will not go so terribly on my end. But that's my update for now. Hey guys, so today has been crazy busy. It's Sunday right now, which is not that interesting, but I'm still reading this lovely book, and I did not get too far. I'm only at page 90 right now, but so much stuff has happened. I feel like we're already at, if you had watched the TV show, I feel at this point it's already like half the first season. That's how much stuff has happened in the first 90 pages. I mean, can you imagine the rest of this book? There's like 700 pages, I believe, or like 650, 700 pages, and I'm only at 90. So much stuff has happened. I don't really want to go into it because I don't want to spoil anything in case the precious few who have not read the books or watched the show, because as of right now, the book pretty much follows the show very faithfully, or I mean, the show pretty much follows the book very faithfully. So everything that I'm reading right now, I can basically see and imagine what is going on because I've watched the shows many times already. So the so far is really good, and yeah, I mean, that's basically all I have to say right now. I really did not do too much reading, to be honest. I'm actually feeling like kind of, I don't know, like a chilled or something, like I have my sore aches or something like that. I don't even know what's going on, but I think it's just the weather change in New York and everyone's getting sick. So I think I'm going to rest a little bit, but unfortunately I have to go to meet up with my friend first to grab dessert, because in priorities, guys, priorities. But yeah, when I get back though, I'll probably just chill for a little bit and just chill, I guess. But yeah, so right now 90 pages in, it's pretty good. It's definitely a little bit slow, I think, in terms of the writing. The way how he writes is so rich that you can't really read it too fast, because if you read too fast, the chance of you missing something important or whatever is very likely. So I am taking my time reading this book and not trying to power through, not trying to rush anything. So we'll see, but as of right now, it's pretty good, just a little slow. Hey guys, so it has been a while since I updated you guys. It is already currently Tuesday evening or so, and I haven't updated you guys mainly because of 2 things. One, I barely read yesterday. I think I read at most 30 pages, most likely 20 pages. And the second one is I've been pretty busy with editing my wrap-up video, which has taken forever. I literally just finished editing, and it's not even like the full edit. I just edit all the clips that I made, and I had to go through all once again to actually refine it a little bit more. And right now it's showing me 28 minutes. So anyways, back to the book. So I did manage to read a little bit more of Game of Thrones. I'm currently on page I'm actually at page 210 now, so I'm about a third done. So I'm just gonna call it right now because I don't think I'm gonna finish this book. I don't think I'm gonna finish any books for this readathon actually, because it's already Tuesday evening and there's what, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I basically have spent the past 4 days reading a third of this book. So based on that traction, I don't think I'll finish this book in the next 3 days. I mean, that's literally impossible unless I really focus and devote myself to reading this book, which unfortunately I really cannot because I have just so many other things I'm doing. But I think I can at least get to most of it. I might be really close to finishing it. I think that's kind of where I am leaning towards in terms of reality, but not actually finishing it. But in a way, I'm okay with that because this is the one book that I really wanted to get done during this 2 months, like January and February anyways. So I'm okay with trying to spend my time reading. I don't want to rush myself reading this book because I think this book is really intense and there's a lot of stuff and I don't want to miss anything by accident. So I'd rather not rush my reading for this book. And at the end of the day, I mean, out of the 4 books I have on my TBR list, I think this is the only one that's like super important for me to finish, so like personally, so I'm okay with that. But also, I had never even got Empress of the Seasons. I thought it would come today because the other book that I ordered from Book Depository came yesterday and they were mailed a day separate, so I thought Empress of the Seasons would come today, but didn't arrive. I don't even think I'm getting that book in time, in which case I can't even read it, so that's kind of like off the list. But anyways, back to the book. That was a really bad tangent. So I managed to read a lot more today because I'm actually more comfortable now with where this story is heading and my love for it, I guess, because before, usually in the beginning of the books, I'm really hesitant about how much I will like the book, obviously for most books, but for me specifically it's about my focus. Like at the beginning of the books, I can lose focus really easily, so that's how I usually DNF books, because the first 100 pages are incredibly important for me. If I don't get into it within 100 pages, then I usually DNF it. So for this book, because I really want to like it, I was like, you know what, I want to just focus reading the first 100 pages and not really have to worry about, you know, distractions outside, etc. But now that I've gone past that and I feel more comfortable with reading this and I feel more comfortable with actually loving the book, that I'm okay with reading on the subway now. So I actually brought this book along with me for my subway rides and was actually able to finish a lot more for my reading because of that. So that's why I'm now on page 210. But anyways, yeah, so that's it for this update, I guess. I am really liking it so far. It's definitely a lot more intricate. I feel that the characters are portrayed a little bit differently. Also, they're also so young. I don't know if I mentioned that. They're so young. I mean, I knew this already going in because I've seen a lot of memes already online, like for the past few years, that if they were actually portrayed correctly, they would be like 12 or 13 years old. I mean, can you imagine like Jeffrey being 12 years old? I mean, that's just crazy. Like the idea of that. Or Jon Snow, I think he's 14 in this book, but he clearly is not 14 in the show. I mean, can you imagine that was the case? So everyone just seems so much younger, but at the same time it makes sense because this is also at a time where everyone needs to mature a lot faster. You're basically a man when you're 16, I think, possibly 15, something like that. So really young and you're a man, as opposed to now when you're gonna be like 21, I think, until you're even able to drink. So anyways, that is it for my update, my lately update, but I feel like I deserve it because I only updated you guys like 3 times so far. So I will try to update you guys more when I read more, but yeah, right now I'm a third done, so not too bad. Hey guys, welcome back to another update. It is now Friday evening and I haven't updated you guys since Tuesday, I want to say. Not really sure actually, but I haven't updated you guys mainly because of 2 reasons. One is I haven't been reading as fast as I normally do, so honestly I'm still struggling with this book. Well, not really struggling per se, but I'm still reading this book and it's basically been an entire week at this point. But I do have pretty good hope that I will finish it by this weekend, ideally by tomorrow, so we'll see, but that's the hope for right now. And the other reason was because something happened on Wednesday, not to me personally, but I witnessed something and that kind of just like threw me off mentally, and I was like, okay, I was not, that kind of like, yeah, that's that. So that happened on Wednesday, and then I was just kind of mentally not really interested in updating you guys, and it wasn't that I wasn't reading, I was still reading, but you know. So anyways, that's it for why I've been kind of MIA, I guess, in terms of this reading vlog. Also, this reading vlog is gonna be like the shortest reading vlog on this planet, because I think I've updated you guys maybe 3 or this might be the 4th time at this point. So let me talk a little bit about this book, Game of Thrones. I am loving it so far. It's definitely a really dense book, so I don't really want to read as fast, which is also why I'm not reading as fast for this book, because there's just a lot of stuff going on. Even though I have watched the show, I know pretty much what's going to happen, I still don't want to read too quickly because I might miss something vital, because you know the book is always a little different than the show. So but I think as of right now, the show followed pretty faithfully for this book. At least so right now I'm currently on page 507. So I'm literally just under 200 pages left to go. So I'm about like what, 2/3, a little 3/4 of the way done with this book. So it's pretty good so far as of right now. Like I said, I don't think the show has really deviated from this book as of now. So I'm really excited for it. I think the show pretty much, the first season is this entire book. At least that's what I am gathering right now from what has happened so far, all the events. But I'm really loving it so far. Honestly, I thought this POV, this multiple POV, would kind of throw me off, but it hasn't so far. I think watching the show prior to reading this book really helped me, because everything that's happening, I'm literally picturing in terms of how it went during the show. So I don't feel that this multiple POV is throwing me off, because I think for other books it might throw me off, because this book has so many POVs. It literally jumps from everyone. Like most of the Stark, I think the entire Stark family has a POV except for the littlest one, but yeah, everyone has its own POV, and it literally jumps, and there's no order in terms of how it jumps. So I think if you haven't watched the show, this might be a little bit confusing. I mean, at least I feel like for me it would have been confusing if I hadn't watched the show. But because I had watched the show, it ends up being like really easy for me to follow along, and it's not difficult and not a deterrent for me to continue reading this book. So as of right now, I am really enjoying this book, so I'm really excited. I think I should finish by tomorrow. Hopefully if not by tomorrow, then by Sunday for sure. 200 pages for me shouldn't be a big deal. I mean, today I already knocked out like 150 pages, and it's right now, it is Friday evening. It's not super late yet, so yeah, it's only like not even 7 o'clock, so I should be able to read a little bit more before I go to bed tonight. But on another note, I finally got my package today for my book mail. This finally arrived, so obviously this will not be, I will not be reading this book during this readathon, but I'm glad that it finally arrived. Anyways, wrapping up really quickly, I like the book. This clearly is not a great reading vlog in terms of, or not a great attempt at the biennial bibliothon. This is the second time I've done biennial bibliothon, and both times I don't think I have succeeded in a lot of stuff. For the reading challenges, the video challenges, all that stuff, I usually just do the reading challenges. I have no effort and no creativity to do the video challenges, but I did do the Instagram challenges, well, because I was an Instagram host, so that was kind of a given. But yeah, in terms of my biennial bibliothon, I have only, yeah, I didn't even finish a book. So I keep getting notifications about like, oh, I finished my 9th book, and I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't finished one. So I think I usually would just finish like maybe 3 or 4 a week, but anyways, whatever. So that is it in terms of my biennial bibliothon reading vlog. Clearly not the best in terms of the readathons I participated in and the reading vlogs I participated in. I think this is the only one that I have ever done where I have read only one book and I haven't even finished it. Anyways, that is it in terms of my reading vlog. If you had participated in the biennial bibliothon, let me know down below. Let me know how you did. Clearly I didn't do so well, so you know, feel free to completely tell me how you did. So no judgment here, obviously. But as always, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!